Hi, I'd like to talk to you about food safety. If you don't agree that it's time well spent, well, call my boss. His phone number's right here. These days, getting food from point A to point Z can be a real challenge. Growing, processing, packaging, delivering, and selling food that's safe for the consumer and profitable for the food industry has never been more complicated. Everything is so interconnected. A problem in one area can create a whole domino effect, sending financial risks and public health concerns from the back burner to the headline news. When it comes to standardizing food safety, less is more. Not long ago, you could fill a grain silo with different auditing schemes. That's where GFSI comes in. It's a suite of benchmarked food safety standards. Let's face it, you're working hard to make safe, high-quality food products. But don't just say it, certify it. That's what major retailers are demanding. And that's what consumers want too, according to a study you'll hear about in a minute. Hi, Donna. We were just about to ask you to help explain GFSI. Would you mind? Perfect. Thanks.
Global Food Safety Initiative is a benchmarking process to a guidance document that has been created over a 10-year process. It's a means by which standards are proven to be equivalent to each other. It is really to have convergence in the marketplace, and our mission is continuous improvement in the supply chain. There was a tremendous amount of duplication and redundancy in what was being asked of the suppliers from the buying community. And that's why GFSI was originally created, is really to take that duplication and cost out of the supply chain. What we're trying to do is give that confidence back to the consumer to ensure that it truly is day-to-day food safety.
The food industry is actually very complex. Food companies purchasing products from suppliers all over the world, not only in the U.S., and understanding their supplier systems and quality and food safety risk. I'll use the example of a chicken Kiev with the many steps that goes in to get the products, the raw materials, into one production facility. It's probably about 28 different suppliers. And that's where the GFSI certification audits really come into play.
Absolutely, it's a good thing for consumers to move in a direct into certification. There are so many more checks and balances from the accreditation bodies and the certification bodies and the standard owners that I think it does really raise the bar for food safety verification.
We care a lot about helping these firms define the attributes that will differentiate their products in the marketplace. There have been a fair number of surveys over the years that have dealt more broadly with food safety, but we couldn't find anything in the existing literature that really helped us understand how the consumer might perceive food safety certification. We did discover that they have a very positive attitude towards food safety certification. Perhaps more surprising is that nearly half of the consumers in the last 5 years have actually changed their shopping behavior because of their concern about food safety. When consumers compared various signals of food safety, premium price alone doesn't convey much information. Safety certification by a third party is one of the things that they would put a fair amount of trust in. They really want to see the evidence on the product that certification has been done. 30% said they would be willing to pay a premium for a food safety certified product over a conventional product that didn't have that certification.
Certification is key. It goes beyond just an audit, a snapshot. It's very difficult through a snapshot to really understand what's being done, and often that was the criticism of audit or inspection. Not all standards are going to work for you operationally. You really have to take the time. You can't just, all of a sudden decide, oh, I'm going to do BRC. You really have to look at the elements of that standard and how they manage their standard to see if it will work for you as an operator.
DNV works with customers throughout the whole entire certification process from the very beginning to educating them to the differences in the different GFSI benchmark standards. The differences in the standards are the fee structure that's built around each one of them, the way that nonconformities are closed out, and the criteria and the number of standard measurements that you're judged against. The certification body makes the decision whether the company will become certified or not the auditor.
Then indeed you have a comfort and a confidence as a buyer, because that's what our common goal should always be, is a safer product when it's finally out there for the consumer to use.